And this is Global Unified Breathing, and welcome. Today's show is called Redemption Breathe. And the reason that it was named that is because normally through the week, from one Sunday to the next, depending on the energy and the clients that I see, there's a theme normally that goes on. And for some reason this week it was about bringing ourselves into a state of being redeemed, redeeming ourselves through the heart of God. And what I really felt about that was how clear it is about what we're all clearing collectively and personally, clearing out of our bodies those programs. Now, remember, this show is all about breath work, and it isn't so much about what type of breath work you're doing. It's about the energy that we're pulling in through our breath when we're consciously breathing with the intention of releasing out of our body those things that we've been carrying for sometimes eons of lifetimes, and other times just a program that's been running, a belief system, a conclusion that you might have come to in your life when you were younger, and it's still affecting you. Some of these things are no words, they're energy that is attached at the cellular structure of the body, and our cells in our body are being upgraded right now. And one of the easiest ways to get through these times is to be really clear about who and what you are, and what you stand for, and what you really believe in. And so the question this week to everyone was, are you living your version of your highest possibility in your life, or are you living someone else's dream? So if you think about someone else's dream, means that I am now an adult, but when I was younger, I was told this is what I would be when I grow up, and maybe it didn't happen. So I'm living the other side of that, is that I never completed what my expectation of was, what was expected of me. Instead, I'm living the other side of it, meaning that I'm living where that belief system now takes place inside my body as I'm something that never completed what I was supposed to, or what I was meant to be by other people instilling. And, people don't necessarily do these things to set us up for failure, but sometimes we take them so true to heart and we make conclusions about ourselves. Sometimes we don't become the things that we were supported in becoming when we're growing up, because we're trying to be defiant. Part of us is trying to find our true identity. And then there are those that adhere to the rules, whatever was told, they do. And they find out at some point in their life, when they're asking themselves, and a lot of people are asking it right now, am I really being a true version of myself, or am I living someone else's dream? So redemption breath through the heart of God means that when we have this inner journey, which I hope you're all on, is discovering things about ourselves that they don't come from books. They come from a complete visitation into the center of our heart, which means we're really tapping into our true self. I don't know if I would have had that happen to me if I hadn't been on the journey with breath work. It kind of brought down all the walls, brought down all the false realities, brought down all the rules and regulations that I felt the world had put upon me and that I had put upon myself. And it was kind of like an identifying with a part of me that was, good morning, Cindy, that was partly, trying to find my way, but there were other people that were influencing that decision. So in redemption, there's self-will, free will, and God's divine will. And whether or not we're conscious of it, we are moving into God's divine will. And we will be in that state of living in that. And it would be really wonderful if we could participate in our growth moving into this, so that we would be able to help other people to move into this also. So some of the things that we clear when we realize we're in self-will is the principle that Babaji taught was the I principle. When I'm making statements about I and losing myself in that part of myself, which is actually the lower I, they call it. And then there's the higher I, the I am presence, which is the higher self that pours into this body and animates me. And so when we're thinking about redemption, we're thinking about how do we do that for ourselves? Well, it means that we're here and we're doing the work, and we're understanding that there are things in my life and maybe in your life that we haven't accepted about ourselves. We've believed the lie. We haven't identified with the infinite self, the eternal self, and that we're still seeing things that are wrong. And a lot of that comes from systems in the world. So in breath work, when we start to identify what systems are running our beliefs, our conclusions about our worth and our value, this is one of the most important things for me that I've ever learned through breath work, is about the true worth and value of me, of who I really am, not what the world says I am, not what other people identify me as. So when we tap in that, there's a real truth that steps forward. So today we're going to be breathing into divine will. We've been on a planet for a long time in free will and self-will. And both of these have all those systems running in them that are what I call, it's like we're trying to break out of right now. It's a form of like looping, which is memory looping. It's like we're doing things out of habit. We're not very conscious about how we're speaking to other human beings, or even most importantly to ourselves. Because when we come to center within ourselves, we can actually identify the center that has always been in front of us in someone else. Seeing that all these systems are almost like coats, heavy winter coats that we put on ourselves. And when we start taking them off, it's like we start to realize that we're moving out of the traps of the ego. And some of those traps are just games that we play with ourselves in the systems of money and, religion and government. And it's a road to nowhere. And unless we really know our truth of who and what we really are, what we deem who we are, not someone else, we can only allow the sacredness of ourselves to come halfway alive inside of us, because part of us is still adhering to a system, hierarchy, right? People thinking that they're have more than others. When you look at it from a soul's perspective, the soul is always in a divine neutrality. There is no judgment. It doesn't matter what's happening. It's going for the lesson to become whole and complete in the eyes of God, to be able to move into a newer state of evolution. So today, and right now, I'd like you to start preparing to breathe. So whether you're going to be laying down or sitting up, it's up to you. And we're going to spend most of our time breathing, because this looping memory thing that's going on with almost everybody in some degree, we need to turn a corner and we need to pivot with this. We need to pivot into a new understanding that it doesn't matter what I did before. Maybe there's a new way. Maybe there's a higher way. Maybe there's a more divine way. Maybe there's a way that brings peace to all. Now remember also, there's only one breath. When we find this out within ourselves, that there's only one breath, and that we're all breathing from the heart of God. God is breathing us. This is a thought in itself that just kind of changed me, but it's me. So anyways, so today when we're breathing, we're going to be doing some breath work, and nice and easy. There's no real count to this. I'm going to play the tape that is like very similar to the breath of God that we did before. So please, prepare yourself, turn off your phone if you can stay present, because we're going to try to go as long as we can. So who should not breathe right now remember, breath work can lead to an emotional and physical release when you're breathing. So if you think you're, a little too sensitive right now, just observe. It's not advised for those who have a history of cardiovascular disease, heart attack, high blood pressure, glaucoma, osteoporosis, and also if you've recently had a surgery, a significant surgery, then you should probably just observe also, because you are going to feel the vibration with your breath. You are going to be aware that your frequency is shifting. So when you entered into this show, you came in at a certain frequency, and now we're going to breathe and we're going to lift that up. So all the words I was speaking, there's a part of you that listens and pays attention to that, and it goes to work to either resist or release. It's up to you always. So the more you can surrender, the easier it is. So let's get ready to breathe now. We're breathing through our mouth into our high heart, our heart mind, right here, releasing and letting go. Remember. Hope you can hear that okay. Nice and easy breath. Let yourself de-stress with this breath. Let yourself let go with this breath. Allow the sacredness of the life force within you to move through you, pushing out all opposing belief systems and memory looping. So it's on the count of 7 to 7. Hold, let go. It's like the mother's breath, 7-1, 7-1. Holding at the top and the bottom. Just breathe. Just focus on your breath. Nice and easy. Let go. Your breath is cleansing all that stagnant energy right out of you. Keep breathing. Releasing all thoughts, concerns, doubts, challenges. Releasing all dislikes and likes. Letting go. Smashing all the mirrors. Let your breath just take you into the void, into the neutrality. Nice deep breaths, yeah. Allowing yourself to be free. Free from all bondage. Keep your eyes closed and just listen to the breath. Keep breathing. Keep your eyes closed. Let your breath visualize your entire system. Keep breathing. Just a little bit more. That's it. So with this type of breath, you have to stay very present and very conscious when you're breathing in this type of breath. And some people call it's boring compared to other breaths. But bringing our consciousness to our breath is one of the purposes of breathwork. Being conscious of God's force, our light moving through our entire body. This awareness is also a sense of acceptance and freedom. So you can keep breathing if you want. I'm going to read something to you while we wrap up this breath. Keep your eyes closed and relax. Just keep your eyes. Let yourself go inside yourself deeply. Bring your awareness still to your breath. As you assimilate the love of your Father, Mother, God, and you begin to realize the truth about you. You came to this world for a very specific purpose. You came to fulfill a mission. You came to love life free and to realize the truth about you. You came to contribute to the salvation of sweet earth. You are a part of God, and the fullness of your Father, Mother, God abides inside you. In the mind of God, no one is useless or meaningless. Every single person has value and is critically important to the balance and the order of the universe. Without you, God would not be complete. Without you, the world would lose its equilibrium. All that you are called to do with happiness, enthusiasm, and joy, for there is nothing too insignificant. You are now embraced in your Father, Mother God's love, and never again will there be a sense of futility in your life. You are overflowing with gratitude for the opportunity to be on earth at this time. And you are so thankful to be right where you are right now, serving all who come your way with love, with joy, with understanding and forgiveness. Recognizing your true worth, you can now go forward to fulfill the divine mission with your inner vision, seeing loving and all-encompassing light of your I Am presence as it's freely flowing through you. With your physical sight, you see this, and you see lavish abundance everywhere. You are peaceful. You are powerful. And you are filled with divine love. For you remember who you are. You are a beloved child of God, and all that your Father, Mother God has is yours. This is the truth about you. So in the fullness of redemption, when we decide to deliver ourselves out of bondage, we let go of all judgments. We see things much clearer, and we align with divine will, and we step forward feeling renewed, revitalized, and rejuvenated in the heart of God, choosing and asking for all of our past, all of our journeys. We are redeemed in the heart of God. Thank you.